So we're going to repeat the same for savings. Now savings to year 1 and year 2. So we need to compute the cash flows from the savings. So tumesema what would happen to savings?
They are going to reduce.
So they reduce. Itakuwa ni 90% times 12,000. Sivyo?
Yes.
Minus
4,000.
Then ya pili 90% of 14,000 minus 5,000. So for cost in an increase, because cost increase that will affect. For revenue, it's supposed to reduce so that it also affects us. So with that one, now we can get let's say 0.9 times 12,000 minus 4,000. 6,800.
Yes.
6,800. Then we multiply by our present value, which is
0.9174.
Times 0.9174. 62.
238.32.
32. 29.9 times 14 minus 5,000. 7,600 times 0.84.
17.
So times 0.8417. 6396. 0.92. We get the present value. Cash inflow. So 6238. 23.2. Tupatia 12.
635.24.
Now we less our present value cash outflow. 10,000. $2,635,000 into 4. Sivyo? Now we can get our percentage change. 2635 into 4 minus the original 40. 14.5 over 49.1425 is 100 minus 49 2.226 35.24 minus 49 15.5 whatever 49 15 49 14.5 and so 100 double 46. Because how?
Yes.
So the higher the rate for this one, the higher the sensitivity. Sivyo?
So for this one, it will be the higher the percentage, the higher the sensitive.
Yes.
The other one ilikuwa the higher the percentage, the less the sensitive.
Yes. So this one is more sensitive because it is at least high. Sivyo?
Yeah.
Then this one is, you can say, talk about moderate. This one is okay. This one is, or you can say this. Sivyo? So you can say it as this moderate. This one is least. Sivyo? This one is at least. It is least or moderate. So just around there. Reduce or moderate. So, you cannot say most sensitive, but you can say a bit. You can say just sensitive, severe, or moderate. Most sensitive will be more than 50%. Then it can also be moderate, severe. Then more sensitive, maybe we talk at 50 or even 60%. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
So that is all about the impact. But sorry, don't worry, we shall do some other questions. For now, I want you to have the basics so that tukifanya swali zingine hizi latest tutaona, lakini kwa past paper tumefanya sahi the last 3 past papers the latest, sivyo? There was no any.
Yes. Hii question 2 iko na part B.
Eh,
I don't know kama iko kwa hii topic. I think we have done kitu kama ile ya best case ama hii ni scenario analysis. Yenye tulikuwa tumefanya best case na base na worst case.
that one now it is scenario. Let me see. So Tajiri Ltd is considering investing in the risk project A, B, and C. So each is kando kando, sivyo?
Yeah.
For A, for B, and for C. Ni kweli?
Yes.
So the project will require an initial investment of 50 million. The estimated annual net cash flow. So it will tumepatiwa cash flow already for the next 5 years. Under the 3 states as follows. So tumepatiwa hapo. So but you need to know to find the expected NPV first. Sivyo?
Yes.
Concern have been raised about the possibility that this project will infringe the competitor's patent. If this was the case, and the competitor successfully pursued a claim for damage, the competitor may have to be paid as much as 100,000 in that year. So that's a cost which will be paid from that project. The estimate that there is only 0.1 probability that this will happen. So it can happen or it cannot happen. So the probability is 0.1. Yeah. Let's see project B. This project will require an initial outlay of 50 million spread in equal installment over the next 3 years to finance the project. If the project is successful and there is a probability of 0.5 of this project happening, it will lead to an issue of patent with an estimated value of 3 years, 200,000. If not successful, the whole expenditure will have to be written off. Project C. The project will have an initial cost of 20 million and expected yield cash flow of 8,000 in each of the 2 years. Thereafter, the outcome is uncertain that no estimate can be given. Cost of capital is 14%. So you have to advise which project is better. Now, this concept goes hand in hand mostly with the decision tree. I think we need to introduce decision tree. Then we shall go back. We shall come back to this question. So note it down. So note it down to find a decision tree. We shall do it because there is. Yes, I think we can use that concept, or maybe even the concept of joint probability. I'm gonna joint. I think that one will be applicable here. But for now, we shall do decision tree. But before we do decision tree, I want us to do decision tree. We shall combine decision tree with standard deviation. To quantify standard deviation, prevent two formulas. Prevent two formula.
Tuliandika tu formula.
So we shall do a question where we have standard deviation. Now, but before we we go to decision tree, the third deviation. I want us to do simulation analysis and certainty equivalent. Nataka tufanye hizi rahisi rahisi kwanza zitoke. Then decision tree sio kama tutaweza kufanya. So let us do certainty equivalent and simulation. 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 And simulation. Let's talk about certainty equivalent and simulation. So we shall do both. The first one certainty, then simulation later. So simulation inainanga mambo mingi. Let's start with the certainty equivalent. Certainty equivalent, and we say what? Under this method, under this method, the cash flows of the project are assigned an equivalent coefficient. The cash flow of projects are assigned an equivalent coefficient factor. An equivalent. What is the time, by the way? Oh, equivalent factor or coefficient. Coefficient factor which represent the risk-less cash flow. So example, so let me see. I think we can check with the past paper. I don't prefer to go with the example. Let me see if we can get an example from the past paper. So I think ilikuwa nimeona swali fulani ya certainty equivalent. Ni hiyo kweli? Sio hiyo. Kwa maana somewhere tuaje certainty equivalent. Tukandapata natuma scenario analysis. Leo tutafanya hizo maswali baadaye. Kisa question nilikuwa nimeona ya sensitivity. Sijui bana sasa sioni. Ndio. Can you read that one? Sijui kama ni kama na I think it's supposed to be that one. Can you read it? Unaweza soma hiyo swali?
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Project requires an initial investment of 500,000. Is expected to generate cash flows of 200,000 per annum for the next 5 years. Additional information, the firm is the difference between a certain amount of Kenya shillings 181,347 at the end of the first year and the expected amount of 200,000. The risk-free rate of return is 5% per annum. Required, the net present value of the project incorporating certainty equivalent coefficient. Advise the management on whether the project is worthwhile.
Worthwhile. What do you see about that one?
Let's do it.
So we have a project there, and we are supposed to compute required the net present value of the project incorporating what? The certainty equivalent. Kumaanisha we need to have the certainty equivalent. Is that correct?
Yes.
So what will be our certainty equivalent? So we need to have the certainty equivalent. So the firm is indifferent between the certain amount of 181,347 at the end of the first year and the expected amount of 200,000. In this case, we can get the certainty equivalent from that one. This is question for which sitting?
August 2022.
Question number?
Question number 1A.
So certainty equivalent, we can only get certainty equivalent from that one. You can think of it as just a moment, let me see this one. Let me nione. So I think that will make sense. We can say that the certainty equivalent. Let me stop sharing. Now, ukiangalia kwa hii additional information number, we shall use information number 1 to compute the certainty equivalent. So we compute it by dividing the expected amount, the certain amount. I think that will be the expected amount, the certain amount. Itakuwa ngapi? What's our expected amount from the question? 200, sivyo?
Mhm.
200.
200,000.
Divided by 181.
181,347.
Inakuja ngapi? Now, actually, this one is wrong. It's supposed to be the certain amount you divide by the expected. Sawa.
Yeah, sawa.
If I go 181,347, 181,347 divided by the 200,000. So that our certain equivalent itakuwa 0.9. The range yangu. So change this one to certain expected. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
So meaning our NPV, it's our cash flow times the certainty equivalent times the present value interest factor. Wametuambia rate ni ngapi? What was the rate?
Mhm.
Nakumbuka ilikuwa 5 years, but the rate
Tumepewa the risk-free rate of return is 5%.
5%. Project for how many years?
For 5 years.
5 years. So annuity 5 years. And then we less our cost. What is our cost? The present value, cash outflow.
500,000.
It's our cash flow.
Yes.
So
Not
500,000.
vile. No, the present value cash outflow ndio 500,000.
Na cash flows.
Expected cash flows ni 200,000.
Hawajatupea huko juu ingine.
Ametupea huku juu bado ni 200,000 per annum for the next 5 years.
So but kumbuka ni 1 to 5. So it's an annuity, sivyo?
Yes.
200,000 times 0.29, sivyo? 1, sivyo?
Yes.
So 5%, 5%, 5 annuity.
5%, 0.43295.
Inafaa ikuwe annuity 4.3.
Ama ni 4.0, yangu haionekani vizuri. 5% ya 5 ni kama 4.0 ama 3.
4.3295. Kumbuka ni annuity. Nakupea ngapi NPV? So 200,000 times 0.91, 0.43, 4.3, 4.3295 minus 500,000. So about 27. So iko sawa. That's how you're supposed to do that question. Iko sawa?
Yes.
What else? Let's go to 2013. June 2013, question number 3C. June 2013, question number 3C. Mm-hmm. Iko vipi hiyo?
Iko page, I'm yet to get there.
June 2013.
Yes, June 2013, 3C.
Mm-hmm. Okay, pia mimi acha nifungue just a moment. Haya. Let me open the question. Nasema ni which sitting?
June 2013, question 3C.
Ndio.
Yes.
So David Majimbo is evaluating a project with 1 year life and expected cash flow of 5 million is viable at year end. Total return 12%. Risk free rate is 6%. Now you are supposed to compute what? Certainty equivalent. Sivyo?
Yes.
So how do you compute certainty equivalent from that question? Mm-hmm. Tukifanya hivi. Mm-hmm. What is the cost of this project?
We have hatujaambiwa unless it was provided huko juu.
So Majimbo is evaluating a project with 1 year in expected cash flow. So we expect a cash flow of
5
500,000.
million.
Now we expect a cash flow of 5 million. Now the question is, what about the cost? Now we have a return there. Can you see the return?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I think what we can do here, we can use this formula. You can say that you can talk about present. Can say that is June 2013. Number 3C. You can say at point a point of indifference, a point of no choice. or at breakpoint. Let me stop sharing.
Okay.
So at the point of indifference or at the breakpoint, the present value cash inflow before present value cash inflow before the adjustment equals to present value cash inflow after adjustment. So what you do, we start with the before adjustment. So 5 million. Then we use the present value interest factor, the one for 12%. So because it's 1 year, it's any period, 12%. This one, we're able to get the present value of cash flow before adjustment. Before adjustment. That is before the return. Then the other side is the select part of the present value of the cash flow after adjustment. 5 million. And the present value interest factor n period. How many? 6%. Then we multiply the coefficient of certainty equivalent. Sorry, certainty equivalent. So with that one, you can get now the answers. Sivyo?
Yes.
Itakuwa vipi? So itakuwa ni 5 million. From the table, 12%.
0.8929.
At 0.89?
29.
So 0.8929. 0.6%.
0.9434.
9434 times certainty equivalent. Equivalent will be equal to 5 million times 0.8929 over 5 million times 0.9434. So this one and this one will cancel out. So 0.829 divided by 0.9. Around 0.8929 divided by 0.9434. 0.94. Silvio?
Yes.
0.95. Now, certainty equivalent usually ranges from 0 to 0.99. Up to 1. Up to 1.0. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 4, 5, 6, up to 1. But it cannot be more than? It cannot be more than what?
It cannot be more than 1.
Yes, it cannot be more than 1. So let me give you another example of certainty equivalent. Another way you can find this question. So, tumefanya tatu. Tumefanya mbili. So another format you can find. So let's see another illustration. Example. They can tell you, consider the following project. Consider the following project. A project whose initial investment is 100,000. So consider the following project whose investment is 100,000. Then cash flows, we have the years, and then 1 back 5. Cash flows, then certainty equivalent, which is 35,000. The same method, 5,000, 35,000, 35,000, 35,000, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.3, 0.2. Inaonekana? That is our table. So you have the years and the equivalent. Cost of capital is 10%. Cost of capital, 10%. Then risk-free rate is 6%. So evaluate the project using PV. The project using CE, certainty equivalent. So you are supposed to evaluate the project using the certainty equivalent. Uko sawa?
Yes.
This is supposed to be 80%. So remember when we were talking about certainty equivalent, we usually use the risk-free rate. Uko sawa?
Yes.
So solution. So solution, we compute NPV without the certainty equivalent. Uko sawa?
Yes.
NPV without certainty equivalent, which is the present value cash inflow as present value cash outflow. In this case, the coin that 5,000, the cash flows are the same, so automatically we achieve sivyo.
Yes.
Net value interest factor, 10% annuity, 10%, 5 years, and that's 100. So that one NPV without CE. Compare ngapi? So kwa table 10% ya 5.
10%. 3.7908.
So what would be the value of NPV? That's the correct value. Because now,
Yes.
yeah. Let's go to the next one. Higher. So the next one is now we calculate NPV. We calculate the NPV with now we calculate NPV with that item now with the risk-free rate. Sivyo?
Yes.
So, but remember we need to multiply it with our certainty equivalent.
Equivalent.
Yes, so start to multiply with the certainty equivalent. Let us try and see. Let us try and see how we're gonna do that one. So tunasema vipi? So I want you to go to the table. Acha nivute hii ya chini hii. Let me solve it from this point. Let us now do the question with the same equivalent. So the same question, NPV now. with CE. We have the years 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we need to find our risk rates, cash flows. Then we multiply with the present value interest factor so that we can get our present value. Then the first one, that 5,000. We multiply with our certainty equivalent here 0 point, and then we multiply with our present value interest factor. We summon 80%. Is that correct? No, it's 80%.
Yes.
We use the upper table. So 80%, 0.92.
Yes, 92.59.
So remember, kwa sababu the risk rate ina change. Naona zina change. Hii tulitumia hii 1 to 5 mara moja because it was the same for each cash. We are assuming the same for each cash flow. Now in this case, for each cash flow ina change. We need to use the long formula 0.8 and 0.25 73 35,000 35,000 35,000 and 0.7 0.3 0.2 0.85 8573 79, that's it.
That's it.
7350 68
23.56.
umeona umeona hapo
Nimeona.
haya so that you can get the total present value cash inflow, then you can get present value cash outflow of 100,000. Then you can get our NPV. Then we compare the NPV hiyo na hii. So 35,000 0.9 times 0.9259 29 165.85 35,000 times 0.8 times 0.8573 24 004.4 5,000 times 0.7 times 0.79 38 19 448.1 5,000 times 0.3 times 0.73 50 7 717 25 5,000 times 0.2 0.68 06 4 764.2. Unapata hivyo?
Yes.
Then we add them together. So 29 165 0.85 24 004.4 24 004.4 plus 19 448.1 77 19.5 87 64.2. Let's say the 5,000 100.05. That's 100,000. Total is a. Now when we use certainty equivalent, we are getting a negative NPV. There you go.
Yes.
But when you are using, when you are not using certainty equivalent, the project is as opposed to NPV. What does it tell you? Kama ni negative, kumaanisha the project is risky. Kama ni negative, sawa.
Yes.
So avoid the project because it is risky. Because it is risky. Iko sawa?
Yes.
Number 2, simulation analysis. Simulation analysis. So tumebakisha simulation. Let me see. Tumebakisha vitu ngapi? Tumebakisha simulation. Decision tree. Annual method. Hii inakuanga gani? Those mingi. Decision tree. Bakisha inaitwa na bond refinancing. Inaitwa replacement chain method. Annual equivalent annual annuity. Annual annuity method. This is supposed to be. Nataka tujue tumebakisha annual annuity method. Annuity method. Replacement chain method. What else? Simulation. Decision tree. What else? Zile hizo tu. Na bond refinancing. Ngoja hizo 1 2 3 4 5. Remaining with the 5 items. Sasa hivi ngapi?
707.
707. Maybe we do the simulation. Umechoka?
No.
We can do simulation. Hii tufanye simulation na gani hapo? Tunaweza fanya simulation ile yenye ni rahisi kidogo. Fanye simulation na annuity method. Fanye hii na hii. Then hizo zingine tatu tujaribu kesho. Ndio?
Sawa.
Let's see if we can manage. So we start with simulation. Now simulation is a method of try and error method. So for simulation is try and error method. So we use random variables and we use also the concept of try and error to determine the average NPV. So when we talk about simulation, just know we are talking about average NPV from try and error method using random variables. Using random variables. Yes, the variables must be random. The variables must be random. The variables must be random in nature. Let us say something. Let's write something small. We say So simulation is also called the Monte Carlo. also called Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo analysis. This is also called the Monte Carlo analysis. So you can say this is the systematic application of project outcome. This is the systematic application. Let me see. Wale kidogo tu. Let me look for another definition. It will work for us. Okay, let's go with that one. Duplication. The duplicate of project outcome. Of project outcome using the random variables. Numbers. Random numbers and probabilities. And probabilities. Steps. Step number 1, identify the objective. The objective, i.e., NPV determination. So that's step number 1. We identify our objective. The most cases objectives to determine NPV. Develop distribution. Develop distribution. Probability. So develop probability distribution. Probability distribution. That is the Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo. Number 3, develop simulation table. Develop simulation table. You develop simulation table. So let's go to our past paper and look for a question. Ndio na yetu ya sitting. So nikifika nakwambia nitafute. Sasa senior programming. Na pia kuna linear kwa hiyo methods zetu ongeza uso linear programming. Sawa? Lenny.
Yes.
Ongeza programming also as another method hapo. Programming, linear programming. Uko sawa?
Sawa.
So I think that is the question. In which sitting? This is simulation analysis. Question number 5 here. Let me check sitting. For now, I'll do just one question, Silvio.
Okay.
Then tutafanya zingine baadaye. It's about 121. It's important you get to do the aspect first. It's about 121, question number 5. Unaiona hapo?
Yes.
So an investor is considering introducing a new classic pens to the market. The firm is contemplating investing in a purchase of a new plant costing to 50 million. The plant has a useful life of 5 years, needs to be depreciated using the straight line basis. Now, hiyo hapa ametuambia the word straight line basis. Mwanzo lazima tukalculate depreciation, si ni kweli?
Yeah.
Na wametupatia tax rate. Ukiwa unaangalia hiyo.
Yes, 30%.
So ukiwa umepatiwa, then you need to compute those items. Tuko sawa? Kama hujapatiwa tax rate na hujapatiwa mambo na using the straight line basis, then you just ignore tax. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
Now, I will show you the table later, but for now, let us first come up with the distribution. So step number 1 is to define the objective. What's our objective here? To determine NPV. Sivyo?
Yes.
That's our main objective. Then number 2, we have to simulate what?
Develop probability.
To develop.
Uliandika develop probability distribution.
Step number 2. And then step number 3, we have to develop the simulation
table.
Let us do this question. So tumesema ni which sitting?
December 2021.
So hizo method ndio zimebaki tumalize topic. So the first one anatuambia we compute expected NPV. How do you get expected NPV? Supposed to be the summation of NPV times the probability. Sio kweli? Ni kweli ama uongo?
True. Tulikuwa tumeandika.
So how do you compute expected NPV from this project? To compare as selling price. Can you see the selling price? Of how much? Huko juu we have selling price at 25. That 5 na 45.
Unit selling price.
So that's selling price per unit. So wacha niandike chini hapo nirudi nitoe. So hiyo iko na probability yake sivyo? So 25 that 5 na
45.
Then 0.3 0.5 0.20. Then we have the variable cost per unit sivyo?
Yes.
Ilikuwa ngapi? 10 15 na
30.
then tumepata probability yake ni ngapi? 0.2
0.4 na 0.4.
Then tupewe tumepatiwa ya mwisho sales volume sivyo?
Yes.
4.5 million. 6 million na 7.5 million sivyo?
Yes.
Probability 0.3 0.4 na 0.3. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then pia tumepatiwa fixed cost ya ngapi? 20 million.
20 million.
The cost of investment huko juu ni 250
250 million.
and then life 5 years.
Yes.
Alafu tax wako debia ni 30% cost of capital, 10% hivyo.
Yes.
Good. So now you can do this question. You can try. Naandikiza information hapo. So I think we cannot try that question together. So how do you think we can get the expected NPV? So what we can do here, we can get the expected selling price inequality per unit. Expected selling price per unit. Selling price per unit. Itakuwa ngapi? 25 times 0.3, 35 times 0.5, 45 times 0.2. Sio iko sawa hapo?
Yes.
We can also get expected variable cost. Variable cost per unit 10 times 0.2, 15 times 0.4, 30 times 0.4. You can also get the volume sales, expected volume sales. Which is 4.5 million, 0.3, 6 million, 7 million. So we get the expected. Inakuja ngapi ya kwanza? Hapana, 34 per unit. Yes.
Yes.
So it's 20 per unit. Then 4.5 times 0.3, 6 times 0.4, 7 times 0.3, 5.85. So it's in million. The rest is in units. Serial. Now,
Yes.
NPV we say is the present value interest factor minus present value cash inflow. Present value cash outflow. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, but in this case, they want expected serial NPV.
Yes.
This one must also be expected present value. No, must be expected present value cash outflow serial.
Yes.
So let's compute this expected present value cash inflow. So we are going to use the expected values. Tengeneza value sivyo? And remember the format? Unachukua sales na minus cost, the variable, use the word variable cost. Tunapanda tunarest nini? Fixed cost. Ni kweli? Then we less depreciation. Unakumbuka format? Ama tu nichore?
Tuchole tu.
So let us start with the expected sales. Itakuwa ngapi? Itakuwa 34 per unit. How many units? Expected 5.8 million units. Sivyo? Ni kweli? Hizi ni units. Volume. Volume means units. Tuko sawa?
Hebu repeat hapo hapa kwa kutoka hapa kwa expected sales.
Expected sales tunasema ni sales per unit times total units.
Are we still on expected present value? Cash inflow.
Tunataka kutafuta expected present value. So everything must be expected. Sivyo? So tunachukua expected selling price per unit ni 34 shillings per unit. Lakini how many units do we have? 5.85 million units. The question will be, our question will be in million. Itakuwa ni 34 times 5.85. Sivyo?
Yes.
198.9 million. We less. What are we supposed to less? Expected variable variable cost. Sivyo? Today hapa 20 per unit. How many units? 5.85. Ni kweli?
Yes.
Nakupatia 17 so that you can get expected contribution. So 198.9 minus answer 81.9. Sivyo? Then you less fixed. Now fixed cost will be the same. Expected and what we incur because it's the same. Fixed cost it does not change. Ni 20. Ni kweli? This one does not change. Whether expected or not expected. Sivyo? Earnings before depreciation and tax. Ni kweli? Itakuwa 61 point. Then you less depreciation. Depreciation is also a form of fixed cost. So whether expected or not expected will be remain the same. Iko sawa? So depreciation itakuwa ngapi? 250 minus salvage value. Watupatia?
Let me check.
I think haikukuwa. So minus 50. Tutapata expected earnings before tax. Itakuja ngapi? 11.9.
No.
Then you less tax. So remaining ngapi? Remaining
30%.
which is 3.7. But you can get expected earnings after tax. 8.33. Then we add back depreciation of 50. So we shall get expected NOCF. Serial 15 point. Now we 15.33.
Yes.
So kumaanisha now for us to get expected NPV. Tutachukua expected NOCF with the present value interest factor, annuity, rate was 10% minus 250. That was the cost. Itakuwa sawa hivyo.
Yes.
So what to do that? So expected NPV itakuwa ni 58.33. You go to our table, 10% year 5 annuity.
3.7908.
Minus 250. So is it a positive or a negative? But minus 28 is a negative. So what about negative NPV?
Nimepata the same.
Yes. Now let us now move on to part B. That is simulation. That is the simulation part. So for simulation part, step 1, we said we do what? Step 1 ndio hapo, naanza nayo hapo. Determine NPV. Kwa sawa?
Yes.
Then step number 2. Step number 2 is to determine the distribution probability. Sivyo? Tuko sawa? Distribution probability. Now we can only determine the distribution probability with the probabilities that tumepatiwa. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
So we can only determine for that one, and that also. Tutakuwa na 3 tables. 3 distribution probability tables. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
So tuanze na ya kwanza. So SPU probability, then cumulative. Cumulative CP means cumulative probability. Tuko sawa?
SPU means
Selling price per unit.
okay.
And then prob means probability. CP means cumulative probability. And then we shall have the last one is the range. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
Tunasema 35 na 45. 0.30, 0.50, 0.20. Cumulative. So the first one inakuwa the same for cumulative. Sivyo? Eh?
Yes.
Ndio unaweza ukiacha hii plus inakuwa
0.8.
and then 1.00. Then the range. So the range unaanzia kama ni now this is what you need to know. Swali kupatia probability yako ikiwa unaangalia swali, by the way. Unaanza swali yako kupatia probability ikiwa 0.1, 0.6, then 0.3. Unatumia ikiwa hivyo. Uko sawa? Sio watupatie ikiwa na 0 kando. Sisi watupatie ikiwa na 0 kando. Sawa sawa? So hii kumaanisha ukienda kuchora kwa table yako cumulative probability itakuwa 0.1 na kwanza same the first one, sivyo? Ya pili itakuwa 0.7 and then 1.20. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
Kuna ingine wanaweza kupea hivi in an exam. So you need to be very careful na hizi table. Ingine atakuja kupea hivi. Let me show you. So the decimal point ina determine your table. Sawa sawa? Ingine atakupatia 0.100, 0.600, 0.300. Hii ukija kutoka cumulative itakuwa 0.100, 0.700 na 1.00. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
Now the difference now inakuja ni hapa kwa range. So huyu utakuwa na range pia na pia huyu atakuwa na range kwa chini, sivyo? Now ya range wakikupatia mbili unaangalia the last two figures. Tuko sawa? So kama hii ya kwanza ni 30. Hii 30. So range itakuwa ni from 0 to 29. Tuko sawa?
Yeah.
Niko nyuma yake. Sasa hapa itakuwa from 30 to
79.
79. Na hapa itakuwa from 80 to
99.
99. Haya, ukija hapa itakuwa from 0 to 0. Ni 1. Wewe unachukua hii namba ya
Oh,
mwisho.
hii ni 1. Okay.
1. Then ingine itakuwa from 1 to 1 to 6, and then 7 to
0. 7 to
0.
9.
Umetoa 0.
Oh, nilikuwa
Umeona?
nimeangalia ikiwa 0.1.
Ikiwa hiyo sasa inamaanisha ni 1. Haya, na hii from 0 to tunaangalia ya mwisho, sawa? 0 to ingine from 1
699.
699 to
999.
umeona? So hivyo ndio unafaa ku analyze. Iko sawa?
Yes.
There's for me the second table about si naweza vuta already sasa. Hili nimeshafanya party. You do not want it again. Aya, fanya hiyo ya pili, itakuwa vipi hiyo? Aha. Hiyo ya pili itakuwa hivi. Variable cost per unit, probability, cumulative probability na range. Na range itakuwa 10, 15, 30, 0.20, 0.40, 0.40. Cumulative itakuwa 0.20, 60 na 1.00. 0 to 19, 20 to 50, 9, 60 to 99. Iko sawa? Ni volume. Kwa inatoshea zaidi hiyo. Manipaje zaidi. Volume, probability, cumulative probability na range 4.5, 6, 7.5, 0.30, 0.40, 0.30. Itakuwa 0.30, 70, 0 to 29, 32, 9, 7 to 99. Slide step number 2. Tuko sawa?
Yes.
Step number 3. We come up with a simulation.
Table.
Simulation table. Now, simulation table. Now, for this simulation table, we are going to ignore depreciation and the tax. Sawa sawa. Because tukiweka itakuwa a very big table. So we are going to notify the examiner that we only use depreciation and tax to calculate the expected NPV. But for simulation table, we are going to ignore depreciation and
Tax.
Kwa sababu tukiweka, this table will be a very big table na itakuwa ina make sense. Kwa sawa?
Yes.
So this is the format. You start with the runs. You start with the runs. Runs. So enda kwa swali uniambie how many runs do we have?
Okay. Yes. Is it in the second information additional required dama?
Unasemaje?
Hizo runs ziko wapi? Like ni hapa on the required, question 2 on required.
Unaona kwa required pale chini? Unaangalia, hebu check, kuna some figures umepewa.
Kuna figures tumepewa.
Those figures that represent our random our runs.
Runs inamaanisha je in full?
Runs ni kama runs ni kama we are running. Tunaweza run for one, tunaweza zunguka uwanja for one round, that's one run. 2 runs, 3 runs, hivyo.
Okay.
Ama maybe kama kwa harusi ukishakula uende round 2 utaambiwe tena mara ya pili, ya tatu, hivyo. So those are the runs.
Okay.
Sawa, umeelewa sasa? The runs are, you can also use the word trials if you want. Let me do this. Let me change this one to trials. So ukitaka kujua number of trials, unaangalia hizo random number. Now, before uangalie random numbers, let us go back to our range. Kenda kwa our range, figure zetu ziko ngapi? If you go back to our range, mbili, 29, 79, 99, 29, ina range between.
Hebu hiyo itajulikana.
Nasema nataka nikuelezee, siko unanipata?
Nakupata.
Nasema hivi. Kenda kwa our table, distribution table, the cumulative table. Hapo kwa range, si tusema ziko mbili. So kumaanisha ukienda pale kwa ile nini yetu kwa swali yetu pale. The first one ukiangalia which figure tumepatiwa?
75, 25, 60.
Achia hapo. Hiyo nayo kama unajiuliza how many runs? Ni 3. Ni 3.
3 aje, sijaelewa vile zitakuwa 3 runs.
Figures ni 2. Sivyo?
Yes.
Figure ni 2. Now let me just show you how we're gonna do it. So right, unaona hiyo figure venye kwa hivyo ndakuwa nakuuliza, andika chini, write it down, ndakuwa nakuuliza, you write it down. Nataka kufanya swali sasa ndio tujue. Anyway, inaweza kuwa kuambia how many runs we have unless ufanye kila kitu hadi mwisho. Uko sawa? So let us just do them. Let us just do them. So in our case, we have 3 variables that requires the runs. We have what? We have selling price. Sivyo? So let me show you. So we say trials. Then ya kwanza, let us talk about selling price per unit. Now, on a selling price per unit, we have the rand now. How many rands do we have? And then amount. We also have variable cost per unit. Then each gonna run an amount. Then we also have the volume sales. Each gonna run an amount. Then ukishamaliza hivyo, we need to come up with the present value, interest factor. Percentage kwa tumegoni ngapi? 10%. It was supposed to be an annuity. Ni kweli? It was supposed to be an annuity. And then we shall have present value cash inflow, present value cash outflow, then NPV. Ni kweli?
Yes.
So what you need to remember, the only thing that you need to remember, and this is very important, the variable yenye iko na distribution lazima ikuwe na run na amount. Uko sawa?
Yes.
Not run, range. Hii trials nimesema ni run. Silikwambia trials nilisema run. It's supposed to be range. Range. RN means range. Uko sawa?
Yes.
So this is how the table is supposed to look like. So any item yenye iko na probability, lazima ikuwe na nini? Lazima ikuwe na range na amount. Uko sawa?
Sawa.
So I want to show you how to do this item. Tumalize once and for all. To the table. So unaandika zile table chini, zile item chini. Unaandika chini zile numbers.
I have them.
Haya, the first one ilikuwa gani? 70?
Ilikuwa 75, 25, 60.
Haya, tuanza na hiyo the first ya kwanza, sivyo? niambie 75. Next
25, 60.
60. Simama hiyo ni tatu. So, the first line iko na namba tatu. Iko sawa?
Yes.
The next right.
65, 80, 55.
Haya. Next kwa hiyo
95, 75, 30.
Next
86, 99, 50.
Next
54, 40, 25.
Next
That is the last one.
so unakuja hivi. These are supposed to unakuja unajiuliza. So 75 under SPU. Selling price per unit. 75 inarenjia wapi pale? Kwa hapa 75 between is it between 0 to 29, 30 to 79 or 80 to 99?
The first one. So tunaangalia ina lie on which range? Iko kwa 30 to 79.
Which after unaangalia which is the selling price?
35.
Haya. What about 65? Bado tuko kwa selling price, tumaliza na selling price. 65 iko which price?
Bando iko 30 to 79, bando ni 35.
95
95 iko kwa 80 to 99 which is 45.
86
80 to 99 which is 45.
54
That is to 79, 35.
Zaida umeelewa? Twende kwa variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit ni ya pili. 25
25, 20 to 59, 15.
80
IT iko kwa 60 to 99, 30.
75
75 iko 60 to 99, 30.
99
99 iko 60 to 99, 30.
Okay, mwisho ni ngapi?
20 to 59, 15.
Iko sawa. Twende kwa volume. Hii hapa.
60 iko kwa 30 to 69, hiyo ni 6.
55
55 hiyo ni 6.
30
30 hiyo ni 6.
50
50 ni 6.
25
25 ni 4.5.
tumaliza hivyo. Uko sawa?
Yes.
Haya. Now the present value index factor. Now kumbuka tulisema we ignore depreciation and tax, sio?
Depreciation and tax, yes.
So our cash flow itakuwa aje? Itakuwa ni sales minus variable cost. Kuna kitu moja tulisahau, sivyo? Fixed cost. Tulikuwa na fixed cost, sivyo? Baadaye ina shida. Tunaweza toa tu hapo direct hivyo fixed cost. Then we multiply with the present value interest factor. Ni kweli? So what do we do? Now to change this. Let's change this to cash flow. Ni kweli? Itakuwa sawa hivyo. So nataka tupate hiyo kwanza. Tumesema ni selling price minus variable cost minus fixed cost. So which is now 35 minus 35 minus 15. Ni kweli?
Yes.
Nakumbuka hapa tuko na sales volume. Kumbuka hapa ni my times Q and then minus fixed cost. Unit per unit. Ni kweli?
Yeah.
So huyu minus huyu times 6. Kuja ngapi? So 35 minus 15 times 6.
120.
Ngoja usoko minus ya kuja ngapi?
100.
100. Kwa sawa?
Yeah.
35 minus 30 times 6. Ya kuja ngapi? Napata 10. Iko sawa hadi hapo?
Yeah.
Then 45 minus 30 times 6. Itakuwa 70, sivyo? 20. Then 45 minus 30 times 6. Itakuwa the same way, sivyo? 35 15 times 20. 70. Napata 70? Now, mimi nitaekea tu hapa. We are supposed to multiply with the present value interest factor. Unaweza fanyia kando. That's how we get the present value cash inflow. Ni kweli?
Yes.
So 10% annuity. So unaweka direct. So 10% annuity.
10%. Yeah. How many years? Tuna discount moja moja.
Yote ni year 5. Unatumia 38. So yote ni year 5. 38. 897. 3.8897. Sawa. Hivyo 3.8897. Ni same. Zote ni for the next 5 years. Kwa sawa? Ilikuwa 10%.
Ilikuwa 10% na sijapata kwa table hivyo. 10% ya 5.
Oh, nimechukua ya 9% mimi. Mimi David nimefanya swali lingine pia. 0.7908. 3.7 3.7908. Haya. Cost ilikuwa tu 250, sivyo? Hiyo itabaki hivyo. Inakuja ngapi? So kwanza ni 100 times 3.7908. Nakuja 379.08 minus 250 129.08. Kwa sababu hapo 10 times 3.7908 minus 250. Kwa minus 250 itakuwa 37.908. Then minus 250 itakuwa minus 212.092. Then 70 times 3.7908. 265.856 minus 250, 15, 356. See, what the same?
Mm.
265, 356, 15.356. 265.356, 15.356. Then total, the per day expected NPV. Sorry, NPV to be our NPV. Total 129.08 minus 212.092 plus 15.356 plus 15.356, 15.356. So mimi napata negative 36.944. Pale tulipata ngapi? Kutumia ile method ya probability ile ya kwanza. Tulipata ngapi?
The expected NPV
Eh,
tulipata negative 28.88.